because they were found not guilty or found not liable or found to have done absolutely nothing wrong.
Motherfucker.
So, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. From Sluggo, if McCaffrey struggles, Cam will get the blame for his inability to get him the ball. Win-win for McCaffrey. Unfortunately, that's true.
Motherfucker.
I truly think they blame Cam for it. But I mean, okay, it's just like last year with Kirk Cousins and Gruden. I said it before the season. Gruden is an unproven coach. Cousins is an unproven cornerback. If something goes wrong with the team, they're going to blame Josh Norman because he was a free agent. He got paid and he's a cornerback. And he had a profile. So when the team went bad, they blamed Josh Norman. And I'd be damned if the majority of people didn't go with it. They didn't notice the interceptions the Cousins threw to end the game. They didn't notice the lack of coaching. They blamed the player who's already proven who had a good game because he didn't follow somebody around because he was playing his scheme. And if this same dude would have been on the sideline cussing and throwing his helmet saying, let me do what the hell I want to do, the media would kill him for that. And the same people that were killing him for not following the corner around would have killed him for being a quote-unquote selfish me guy. It was the dumbest shit ever. I saw it coming a mile away and it still worked.
Motherfucker.
No different in this damn situation. They'll do the same thing to Cam. They won't hesitate. And unfortunately, people will fall for it. Unfortunately. From G Money, the NFL doesn't care about brothers dying at the hands of police with impunity, which was why Colin protested in the first place. Man, there's no doubt, G Money. And no, they don't give a shit. They don't. It's the truth. They don't give a fuck. But it's fucked up. I'm still gonna watch. But I'm gonna talk shit. I'm still gonna do my thing as far as pointing out the flaws and what they should be doing and what they're not doing. But I'm still gonna watch, no doubt about it. From 334 Bama Boy, Ninja. The reason they say Cam Robinson was dropped in the draft because he was in a car with a gun. They couldn't prove the gun was his, so charges were dropped. So he has character issues. So Ninja, that's how a charged criminal gets picked first round before Cam Robinson. Get the fuck out of here. That's what it was? But a motherfucker that actually went to prison? Boy, I swear. So that's what it was? So Carolina is just staying away from anybody that, quote unquote, might have a character issue. That's what the fuck they're doing? Man, I feel for Cam Newton. Oh my God. They passed on Cam like that man wasn't running for his life last year. I swear. Woo! From Sluggo, listen to Ninja get excited about Tampa. Allegedly, that's your 6th team, sir. What the hell?
Motherfucker.
No, man, I ain't saying that, dude. But, dude, the damn team they got. Bama Boy saying, damn Tampa. I feel you, though, dude, but shit. Tampa having a hell of an offseason, boy. JB Jennings says, Jameis gonna use OJ plenty. Remember, at FSU, he stayed hitting that white boy tight end O'Leary. Jameis gonna show you how to do this, son. You know what? I agree. Dude, I agree. Dude, I have no reason to think that Jameis Winston won't be super productive with all of those weapons. I have no reason to believe that. None. He's going to be hella productive with those weapons, man. Everybody in the NFC South took notice, believe me. Think about the teams, Atlanta. Think about Carolina and Cam. Think about Cam sitting back watching this shit in the offseason. Looking at what Tampa's doing, what they surrounded Jameis Winston with. He just got there. He doesn't even have the accomplishments Cam does. But he is making great strides and has great accomplishments. Again, Jameis Winston, Cam Newton, and H.G.H. Manning are the only rookie quarterbacks to throw for over 4,000 yards. The only ones. Cam Newton actually holds the record. And Jameis even came back and broke for 4,000 when he came out his rookie year. And they questioned Cam and Jameis Winston unmercifully. Questioned their ability to play and their ability to throw the ball, which I don't see how you can. But that's what they were doing. I mean, it is what it is. From That Bad DJ. Sorry to change subjects, but I just read a Trump tweet that said, quote, President Andrew Jackson, who died 16 years before the Civil War, that died 16 years before the Civil War stated, saw it coming and was angry. Would have never let it happen. Shaking my head. Okay, just go back to football. Really? Dude, really? So dude's still tweeting and shit? From that bad DJ. This is why black folks aren't respected in this country. In sports and in life. People like Trump are saying BS like that and influence the mindsets and fuckery that exist. It doesn't help. It fans the flames and it empowers the people to have that mentality anyway. Like we always say, man, don't let your president get your ass whooped. I'm just saying, don't let your president get your ass whooped, man, at the end of the damn day. It's interesting, man. Somewhat interesting is... I mean, what you gonna do at the end of the day, man? We understand what it is. We understand the short-sightedness of it all. I can't really get... If I get into all that, man, I mean, I don't got the show for that today. But the election, why it happened, the people that voted for him, I mean, we can go a lot of ways with that. All right, man, let's talk about the Denver Broncos, which I discussed this at length earlier. Garrett Bowles, again, went to prison, but the first offensive tackle taken off of the board, picked up by the Broncos, and the entire time you heard nothing. Nothing. Every detail about everything everybody else did, replaying videos, eyewitness accounts, questioning their character. Again, people had their character questioned. Like the one guy that cussed, you know what I'm saying, had the picture of his mom or his grandma, and he think he cursed, and people were questioning his character because of that. If somebody was too excited, they questioned their character. But you can go to prison as a Caucasian, and it means absolutely nothing. Your character is not questioned in no way, shape, form, or fashion. On top of that, it isn't even brought up because if they bring it up, it would hurt you, and they don't want to hurt you. You're their buddy. But he goes to the Broncos. Great spot for him. Great spot for him. Righteously. Good pickup by the Lions. Gerard Davis, linebacker from Florida, solid player, man. Solid player. Watch him raise a lot of hell out there, man. Damn good linebacker. That's a solid pick for the Lions. There were a lot of defensive players to be had that you couldn't really go wrong with. Outside linebacker Charles Harris, picked up by the Dolphins. Again, man, I think this is a solid pick. I mean, I think he's going to be fine as a player in the league. We'll wait to see. It's hard to say sometimes. You see a lot of players think they're going to pan out. We'll wait to see, but I think these are all solid picks that address needs by these teams. So definitely solid picks. From Mississippi, Ole Miss, Evan Ingram, picked up by the Giants. Again, a team getting weapons for their quarterback. Tight ends really helping save you in a lot of situations. Safety blanket in some senses. Seam routes, getting big athletes, difference makers. And the Giants went and got one from Ole Miss, Evan Ingram, to help out their quarterback. Again, team that actually cares about their quarterback and helping them out. Okay, man, and right here, let's talk about Garyon Conley. And I believe this is the young man that had rape accusations put against him. And again, no shortage of coverage on him. Let's give props to the Oakland Raiders for picking them up from the Ohio State University. Already a lot of eyewitness accounts that say the accusations are false. And obviously they did their due diligence and think everything is going to be fine. Obviously there's a lot of evidence to the contrary of what this woman is accusing him of. So unfortunate, but we'll see how it shakes out. But from all accounts, a lot of witnesses saying right from the jump that this is a false claim, it's a false accusation, and a lot of people saying that she's just making claims, just making false claims. And there have been a lot of eyewitnesses that have testified or spoke up to that. So props to the Raiders for doing their due diligence and picking up a Buckeye. Can't go wrong, improving the defense of the team that I cheer for in the NFL. So, despite the jokes about me having multiple teams. All right, we're coming right back to the Cleveland Browns, who had another pick, and they get Mr. Jabril Peppers. Let me go ahead and give them a round of applause for that. And my thoughts on this, man, my thoughts are on this particular pick. Great player, solid athlete. And I kept hearing that he doesn't have a position. What the fuck is Christian McCaffrey then? If you're going to say somebody like Jabril Peppers doesn't have a position, what is Christian McCaffrey? He's not an every down back. Is he a receiver? He kind of short. You can throw him in the slot. You can do a little extra shit with him on third downs or something to that effect. Couldn't you make that same argument for him? But they're not reaching for negatives with him because they like him. But you're looking at Jabril Peppers and saying, doesn't have a position? Oh, God, I just don't know where he's going to go. And don't forget he had a diluted drug test. He drank water for the drug test, and they put it out that he had some type of failed drug test, diluted or something to that effect.
Motherfucker.
But we don't know about a motherfucker who went to prison. Real convenient. But Jabril Peppers picked up by the Browns, and again, a solid pick. I think the Browns had a really solid draft. He's going to help out. He'll probably be playing corner or safety. And, man, he's a talent, man. I think he'll be fine in the league, and that's a hell of a pickup for the Browns, getting two very solid players on defense. A defense that wasn't that bad, by the way. So, pretty good draft for the Browns. That's another solid pick for them. And we'll see how his career goes and how the Browns do this year, but those are two solid picks right off the bat. And now we are to the aforementioned Atlanta Falcons, who went defensive with McKinley from UCLA. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his first name and cause myself to sound unprofessional as hell. But the Falcons picked up a defensive end who I guess they believe that he's going to help and add to pressure on the quarterback, which you have to have in the league today, which really helps. And that's what they see in this guy from UCLA. So that's what the Falcons did. They went defensive. And overall, their draft, I mean, hell, you made it to the Super Bowl, so the team is solid. I don't know. I might have to look at it a little bit more, man, what I think about Atlanta's draft. Because I really wasn't up on what their needs were per se. But that's a solid player. You can't go wrong with a rush in. And then it's going to get pressure on the quarterback and or push that lineman and or tight end back. So you can't go wrong with that. So that's the route they went. Solid pick from the Falcons. Now we get into the Buffalo Bills, who picked up cornerback Tre'Davious White from LSU. Another solid defensive player, man. A lot of solid defensive players in this draft. And the Bills went defense. Little disappointed that with their first pick, they went defense, even though they addressed some things later. Again, Tyrod Taylor needs weapons. Last year, he never had the same receiving core, really, from week to week. He never really had the same receiving core. So it would have been nice for him to have a little more help and for them to maybe go ahead and reach for something in that first round to help him out offensively, even though they did it later. So, I mean, the Bills, they did keep Tyrod Taylor. They have 12 gauge. And you keep hearing about this need to draft a quarterback, which they did draft one, which is stupid as hell. So I have a problem with that draft when they drafted a quarterback. You have Taylor. You already have 12 gauge and waiting. Draft a quarterback for what? That pick could have been spent on something productive that you actually needed. Didn't understand that at all. But this particular pick, solid pick, man, it's going to help the team. LSU, a lot of athletes don't necessarily get coached up on defense. They do, but not necessarily as a team and as a whole. As a coaching staff, especially on offense, do they coach up their players? I don't believe they do at all. And I think that's really the fall with a lot of players at LSU, and people blame it on them. But it's really the coaching staff, in my opinion, when it comes to LSU and lack of production by some of their offensive players. The Dallas Cowboys picked up Taco Charlton out of Michigan. Again, another Michigan player. Defensive end, again, the Cowboys looking just like everybody else. Get a guy, get an athlete, put pressure on the quarterback, be productive, and they believe they found that guy in Taco Charlton. So the Cowboys win defense. You know what they have from an offensive standpoint. You know there are a lot of rumors about them maybe wanting to pick up O.J. Howard and letting Witten kind of train him up before he got ready to leave in the next 2 or 3 seasons. But Tampa said, nah, I think I'll take that guy. So Cowboys looking solid with Taco Charlton. You're going to need some damn defense with all this shit that Tampa Bay picked up. Jesus Christ. We'll see what happens, man. We don't know what's going to happen if it's going to come to fruition or not, man. But damn, they helping their quarterback out. I'll say that damn much. But Taco Charlton picked up by the Cowboys, even though he went to Michigan, man. Solid-ass player. Good pick by the Cowboys, who had a great season last year and a pretty solid squad. Look for Dak Prescott to get better. Look for the offense to blend and learn more. Him, Dez Bryant, Zeke Elliott, and their receiving core to only get better, man, and improve. It's going to be interesting. Definitely going to be interesting. Once again, the Cleveland Browns, with another pick that they received from the Packers, picked up David, I don't know how to pronounce that. Noku, I think it's Noku or something to that effect, tight end from Miami. Again, he's a solid-ass player, though. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he can play. Again, I think this is another solid pick from the Browns. Again, I'm just stuck on the Osweiler thing. But this is another solid pick from the Browns. Another solid pick. They have a tight end who has the potential to be productive. He's athletic, can block, has the potential to be a difference maker. Not a difference maker necessarily, but an addition to the team and help out as far as a safety blanket end or something to run the seams as far as a tight end. So the Browns ended up with 3 pretty good picks in this first round. 3 pretty good picks. Can't really knock them for that.